Hello and welcome everyone, welcome to another Ration Cast, and today we are having a look at Deft's game. He is playing together with Rascal here on the bot lane, back on the Korean server, and it is obviously preseason, so we see already the jungle items coming down. We've talked about this multiple times by now. Currently, the green jungle item is considered the standard in the jungle, as for pure stats it gives you the highest value, as the defensive stat it gives you is higher than the damage stat of the red item. So for 1v1 purposes, this is more efficient. Alright, so in the top lane we have a very interesting matchup. We have Azir for the red team facing off against a Rumble for the blue team. In the mid lane we have a Zed and an Akali. In the jungle, Graves and Viego. And then the bot lane, which is the important one, is Caitlyn and Karma versus Jhin and Zoe. Now, I've seen Zoe support a couple of times. I have played versus Zoe support a couple of times, but it has never got... Oh, beautiful start. Okay, beautiful start of the trade. Obviously, Karma Caitlyn, one of the nastiest lanes possible, right? So usually Karma often drafted against Caitlyn to counter Caitlyn's push. So I think that already says it all. If you have both of these push animals in one team, you are guaranteed to get push pressure, and that means that you are guaranteed to enable Caitlyn's abilities. So not a bad one at all. She uses the Q to last hit here, something to point out, just to get that headshot off. Gets the headshot off, beautiful, and will take a little bit of damage. Scorch dealing a lot of damage, and we see Deft positioning forward here, just zoning the enemy team out. And what you see here, this is also something that you have to keep in mind. If you are playing Jhin in this situation, right, you have to understand that this is what they do. They walk back this far for a reason. They don't do it because they're idiots, you know? So a lot of the times, what is most useful for us low elo players is actually looking at what is happening, and not so much at how the players find kills, right? It's more of how players manage to stay alive versus these combos, right? What they respect, where they walk away, you know, who they know they can't fight, that type of stuff. All right, so Viego picked up a kill onto the Graves. Graves also used his flash. Zoe was right there. And Viego is sitting in the brush and looking to be able to gank. Zoe flash comes out. Zoe will almost go down, as Caitlyn is standing back in safe distance, but now it's way too late. And now she will just be run down by the enemy team, unfortunately. Red buff available here for the Jhin as well. Picks up one kill onto the Viego using flash. Beautiful trap. Will save him. Actually, beautiful sidestep as well. And that is just Deft playing this play to perfection. Very well done, Deft. And that's exactly what you want to see, huh? That is absolutely beautiful with the Russian skin. All right, so I actually love this Caitlyn skin. It looks so good. I haven't seen this in such a long time, but it's such a good looking Kate skin. There's so many fancy Caitlyn skins, but this one, honestly, underrated. Underrated. Now, obviously, nowadays, you know, Russia doesn't get the best of reps, but to me, it is the president, not the country, and definitely not the people. So, with that out of the way, let's see what this lane has in store for us now, because this Zoe is definitely causing chaos, and this is exactly what Zoe wants to do. is cause chaos and destruction. So I'm very, very looking forward to finding out what exactly... Well, what exactly she elects to do here, huh? It's going to be interesting. For Deft, I think the game plan is pretty simple. It is just win the lane early as hard as possible so you can kind of transition into the mid game. And then once you get to the mid game, just farm up and get to late game-ish items as quickly as possible, as Caitlyn's 3 item power spike, not as strong as some other champions. Once she gets to full items, that's a whole different story. Oh, beautiful trap. And that's a kill picked up onto the Jhin. You have to be very fast with these traps. But yeah, beautiful job. And I would say, ooh, Karma, why you take farm? Alright, the bubble comes through, the trap is zoning the Zoe, yeah. So Zoe doesn't really have anywhere to go, beautiful. Deft juggles the tower aggro, picks up a kill. As Graves will go down, potentially the Karma as well. As Deft is definitely not in HP range to be able to do anything here. Karma's still looking for the kill. Jhin seems to be kiting it out. Yeah, Jhin takes the kill and takes even more gold with him. So as well as all of this worked out, obviously, unfortunately, it still isn't that good, because if you look at it, Jhin is getting good amounts of money still, right? So although he died and although he lost a bunch of XP, well, he still is actually ahead in XP. So yeah, that's because Zoe was gone for so long. Yeah, that makes sense. But so he lost a bunch of XP and farm in the turret, but like in the end it's like 10, he's like 10 CS and a kill down. That's not so bad, right? It's not so bad as it looks, especially as Jhin has the tendency to hold on, as he doesn't really, even if behind, Jhin, if you can play him, still is useful, as your W still can, you know, easily win fights. And you know, you are pretty strong, and you can pick up kills later on as well, very easily, if you prepare that forced shot and then you just wait a little bit and burst them down with the beautiful caliber net actually by Deft here. That's crazy. I would have never expected that to work out. Beautifully done by Zoe as well, though, trading the damage, doing solid amounts, and obviously that Scorch coming through for copious amounts of damage early on. Alright, Caitlyn ultimate is used. Caliber Net will not hit Zoe, and the Zoe ignite comes out. Jhin quite low, but not low enough, as Zoe will pick up a kill onto Deft. Rascal has to flash out of the way, as Zoe has arrived in the bot lane as well. So all in all, it's not looking that good. See, it all went to shambles quite quickly. I mean, Zoe is very strong at skirmishing, so I think the idea here is to trade her less and try to just push in waves after wave and take it that way. But you know, it is what it is. Zoe did pick up some summoner spell, but we can't really see what it is. Obviously, we will find out probably pretty soon. Well, depends, actually. Might be looking at the mid lane here. Zed going for an interesting build, actually. What? Hydra first, huh? Hydra first. I wonder what that does for you, instead of like something like Eclipse. Yeah, what does that do for you? I mean, I guess you get to push quickly, I guess. Seeker's Arm Guard for Akali. And Zed is quite behind, actually, in the farm. 10 CS behind. Ooh, Deft. Gotta be careful here. Zoe's looking at him. The bubble does land onto... Ooh, beautiful stun by the Viego. He will stun out of the Caitlyn ultimate. And Graves not able to do anything as the bubble did connect with him. Oh, beautiful job by the Zoe, dude. Hell yeah. Will not be enough and... Alright, we're clowning a little bit. Not the best of flashes. But I mean, I feel this. I feel these kind of flashes. I really do. Alright, so Caitlyn, pretty close to her item. It's about 500 gold away now. Jhin probably got it? It looks like he got it, yeah. He did get a lot of money lately. So he probably has it, actually. Very interesting. No, he doesn't. He doesn't at all. He only bought a control ward. That is upsetting. Well, plate gold is still powerful. Caitlyn probably at this point has her items. Ultimate will come through and connect with Jhin. Jhin is taken down. And the Herald takes down the turret as well. And that is Caitlyn fulfilling her goal of being that pushing machine. Ooh, beautiful bubble connects. Calibernet will not save Deft, as Deft will go down to the ignite here 100%. Ooh, Zed. Gotta be very careful here, buddy. Yeah, that's probably not going to work out. Good pickup by the Akali, who is quite ahead in farm as well. Yeah, Deft playing a little bit too aggressive there, unfortunately. And it seems like he still doesn't have the money. That is kind of surprising, as he did get the kill on Jhin. Oh, he did. Yeah, okay. He had more than enough money. Yeah. Okay. All right, good. Because that would have, I mean, yeah, that would have been crazy. I would have had to recheck my entire knowledge of the game. Everfrost on Zoe, huh? Everfrost on frickin' Zoe. Very, very interesting. Well, seems to be working out so far. Alright. Deft. Farming it up. Pushing in mid lane. And trying to just be at the place at this point. Ooh, ultimate coming out early. Bit of a zoning ultimate, I guess, to keep Jhin low. But I mean, I don't know if it's the best idea, as Jhin has lethal tempo, so it's kind of useless, right? It's kind of a useless cooldown because Jhin just, I mean, yeah, he used one potion and not lethal tempo, but fleet footwork, and he will heal himself up anyway. So I don't. Now the ultimate is gone. He's full life. She actually now has less threat, right? So I don't know. Questionable, but it aight. Ouchie. Alright, plates are gone, but we are still working on the mid lane turret, which probably is going down, actually. Jhin can't stop it, yeah. Ooh, Deft could have positioned forward a little bit more, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Gotta be careful. Viego on the flank. Alright, decent dodge. Doing good amounts of damage, and Viego has to flash out. As the bot lane is standing their ground, but Zoe has arrived. Beautiful dodge on the Q. Zoe will miss her E as well. Deft flashing out, but he will be taken down by Zoe as well, who now has a flash at her disposal. And Karma is running. This is interesting. Yeah, honestly, this item is probably pretty good on Karma, honestly. As with her W, she is going to... Oh, God. I don't want to think about the implications of karma in the... Nice. Fucking Zoe, dude. Of implications of karma top lane with that item. You're just not able to kill her while she just stands there, laughs at you while you have your freaking... Oh, God. I don't want to think about it, man. Yep, Karma W. Stays around. There's the auto attack. Healed for 25. Well, not a bad item it is. Ultimate coming through onto the Zoe. On Zoe, it's a much better ultimate, as Zoe does need to be careful not to get blown up, right? And doesn't have innate sustain. Like Jhin. Alright, beautiful pickup onto the Zoe as well, as Deft just running through the... And this is, by the way, this is something that you'll see with a lot of players that are in high elo, is they always have something planned out already, right? They're always thinking of, okay, what can I do after I push this wave, right? So while they're pushing the wave, they're like looking, okay, I could go top lane. Well, not really. I can take Scuttlecrab and I can take Herald. Dev does exactly that. Now's jungler's there to tank it as well. Herald picked up here by the Graves. And we are recalling because Rapid Fire Cannon is available. And we got ourselves a pretty cute transition into the mid game. So, not going to deal insane amounts of damage. But the poke is going to be relevant. And, you know, damage won't be too bad either, as we did get out of lane with a pretty decent lead. You can't really see it, as plates are not displayed. But obviously the plates money is quite a bit of money. So, very valuable, as Zoe is looking for a pickup here. Beautiful job by Caitlyn. Karma might be taken down. Yeah, Karma will be taken down here. Jhin ultimate zoning more than anything. I can't really chase. The Caitlyn ultimate comes out. Again, not scoring a kill, but just dealing a little bit of damage. With the Rumble, with the Graves, there is a lot of potential to blow up the enemy team. Ooh. Okay, beautiful pickup onto the Azir, but Graves will be absolutely one-shot by the Zoe, who is running circles around this team with her... yeah, we saw that coming. Decent Rumble ult. It did slow, but she just had to use her Summoner Flash, so... You know, not... yeah. Not the best ultimate. I've seen very questionable ultimates out of this Rumble so far, but I've also seen very questionable ultimates out of Caitlyn, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, you better move. Zoe has seen you. Alright, so I'm going to pick up his jungler's camp as well. Gets way less money here, by the way, now. Gets way less money for it. But apparently still considered worth it. So we're still doing it. Interesting, but it's now definitely more of a loss for the team. The F-Sword has been acquired. And we are slowly moving towards that Infinity Edge. 3 item power spike, still very good. But it isn't as good as some other champions. So Jhin also not that crazy yet. That is going to be getting better as well. At 4 items. So is Caitlyn. Alright, so Graves also really strong items already. So Graves is going to be doing a lot of damage. We saw that on Azir as well. It was like a... Was it auto attack and cure or something? He took half life off of this Azir. Alright, Viego will get out for a second. Zoe doesn't really find a target so far, as Caitlyn is now marked, and that is a kill for Kairos onto Deft. Zed picks up the return kill onto the Akali though. And the Herald is summoned, which didn't really do anything. Azir. Kind of out of position here as his team is quite far away, but the Zhonya will keep him alive. Decent damage by Zed, and this is a big rumble ult here, splitting the enemy team and killing Azir. Beautiful job. But the Yaksho makes Viego so tanky. That is actually, it's actually so ridiculous. Yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough. Honestly, I want to see just Yaksho meta. Just everyone running Yaksho. Or this all the item that Karma is running. Both of these items ridiculously good value. It's always the tank items, isn't it? It is always the tank items. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Zoe able to dish out a lot of damage. Ooh, that was a dangerous shuriken. But he did manage to dodge it. So Ignite is out. That put Deft to half-life, and this is going to be a dead Zed. Ooh, okay, good. So Jhin decided to not go for the safe kill, but instead go for Deft. And he didn't get anyone. So that's a really good outcome. Alright, we should be close to the Infinity Edge here now. Which means now damage is going to ramp up quite nicely. One or two waves, I would assume. Jhin not really been farming very well. What the hell happened? That's a big mistake. That is a big mistake. What the hell? Mr. Jhin, what you doing? Oh. Oh. Huge. Huge that Deft got out of that. I did not see that. I did not see that working out. As Jhin now under a lot of pressure. Jhin flashing against the wall. Feels the pressure for sure. That is a double kill picked up here for Graves. As Azir ready to give Graves the triple. Triple kill picked up for Graves. Deft did a great job at baiting and playing that out. Wasting a lot of resources for the enemy team, and his team was able to capitalize on that. Only Akali remaining. Everyone is kind of low, so this could be an Akali moment. Definitely. Rumble got to get out of that overheat. Are we doing Akali? No ultimate available, so no playmaking potential, unfortunately. Still hasn't got Zhonya either. Obviously, Zhonya always kind of questionable against Caitlyn, but this game there is going to be a lot of pressure on Caitlyn anyway. We might see a QSS here. Is this a QSS? Yeah, probably going to be a QSS. Makes a lot of sense. Surprising actually that he didn't take cleanse earlier. But yeah, QSS. Actually, I forgot about QSS. Actually should have taken that much earlier. Well, apparently he's confident enough, huh? Alright, so we've also hit the point where Zoe is starting to taper off, as she is not a mid laner. She is taking a good amount of farm. That is actually what happened to Jin's farm, by the way. It's Graves is just stacking kills, dude. What the hell, Graves? Please, leave some for the rest of us, huh? Oh, this is not looking good. Yeah, Caitlyn out of position as well. Doesn't pick up the kill on Jhin either. And Akali takes them all out. Not very good. Yeah, walking into the jungle there, right, puts you into that difficult situation where Akali can just do so much damage and play around with you. Zoe can jump out of like every single wall and be annoying as well. And yeah, it's not a good position to be in, as we found out. Definitely wasn't. Zed barely not getting soloed by the support, but very good job. Does pick up a kill on to the Zoe. He's starting to become a little bit more useful now that he's built some lethality, but the Black Cleaver and the Hydra is kind of weird. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's good. I don't know, but it seems kind of odd to me. I will have to scout that build. Obviously, I don't play a lot of that, so I have no idea what builds are trending and what builds are absolute garble. Alright, we'll see. Thank you, Deft. Great. Throws out the graves. Alright, graves back to the dragon. Dragon is going to be picked up here by the blue team. There's no way red team can contest. That is double Hextech dragons here picked up for the blue team already. Red team had some earlier dragons, so it's 2 for 2. Unfortunately, nothing really coming of that anytime soon, but the game also isn't decided yet, so it's still going to be interesting. So Graves tanking some damage. Okay. Akali will take down Deft and will take down Graves as well. Phew, that was a lot of damage, dude. What the hell? Flash out of the Viego as he does insane amounts of damage for running Yaksho. Obviously also Rumble doesn't really have a lot of HP, but still. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, Viego is actually scary with Yaksho. Alright. Actually, beautiful W by Zed. He pre-placed that W, got hit, and then just jumped over. Easy clappers. Well, so just as Zoe was starting to kind of fade out of carry potential, the Akali came in like a wrecking ball. And, well, it's not looking good. But right now, what it's a Hex Drinker. It's a Hex Drinker for Deft. Hex Drinker. What do we think of that? Obviously, the Graves build lethality also very coin flippy, right? Way less reliable than some other builds. But goodness me. What do we think about that? I mean, it is not terrible. It's not terrible against the enemy team, but like, I think doesn't Caitlyn just benefit from being able to just DPS down Akali? I mean, maybe if you barely live, then Akali eventually runs out of steam. I guess that's the idea. I don't know about the Hex Drinker, dude. The QSS I could kind of understand. I don't know. It will definitely give value though. That's for sure, right? Hex Drinker kind of guaranteed to give you value. right? Where QSS, you never really know. Happens to me often. I buy QSS, suddenly I don't need it anymore because the enemy team presses tab once and they just like don't throw their stuff at me. Caitlyn definitely not the main carry here, so yeah. QSS maybe doesn't make as much sense. Beautiful pickup by Graves. Okay. Scary. Scary versus the Zoe. This is actually super scary. Alright, beautiful job done. The Hex Drinker, yeah. No, the Hex Drinker did its job. Honestly. It did work out. Akali was taken down, and now there's a lot less firepower on the enemy team. As obviously, Viego only is as strong as his team in these high reload matches, right? So if his team is not able to reduce the enemy to low HP, it's going to be a difficult one. Azir ultimate, actually very good, yeah. That was a really, really nice Azir ultimate, actually. Zoe will pick up Karma. Will not pick up Karma. Oh, Karma is going full tank, dude. Karma has Force of Nature as well. And we're recalling. Hex Drinker. Yes. Hex Drinker turns into more of Mortius. Alright, so now after this, it's obviously going to be armor penetration. That will be acquired. Enemy team doesn't really have a lot of armor, but there is some. And obviously there is the natural armor that comes with it. With leveling up and with being level 18. So it still makes sense. Alright. Yeah, it does connect. Decent try by Deft, but Akali played that out correctly. And goodness me, how tanky is this Karma? Like, the Karma is so tanky. Holy moly. But it wasn't enough. Alright, 1 kill picked up. 2 kills picked up by Zed. But will he be able to get out? Ooh, beautiful juke. Yeah, he gets out. That is a job well done. Beautiful. As that is bailing. Yeah, this Akali is a problem, man. This Akali is really annoying. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. Interesting play by Graves, and honestly. Yeah! I love it. That's actually such a good play. Alright, so the enemy team is hurried now. Trying to help their jungler. Oh, Graves. He should have kept running. The GA is still available. Zed did get out. Graves is still alive. Barely, though. He is going to go down, unfortunately. And Zoe just... Ooh, Zoe is just so annoying. Ah! Oh, Zoe will go down, though. Beautiful job. No value is gained by Jhin. And that means that Akali is still alive. But Zed has finally decided to get some lethality. So he's probably going to deal a good amount of damage at least. I don't know why you would play Black Cleaver and Hydra and then not go Eclipse. Isn't that like... I don't understand what you need the invisibility for. You could get the increased healing from Eclipse. What is this build? I mean, again, right? I'm not a Zed main, but like... it seems so odd. I don't get it. All right, so Lord Dominic's is here, which means Caitlyn now going to deal a lot of damage. Also going to deal some decent damage to Viego, is I think the tankiest member, I would say. Yeah, probably the tankiest member. Going to deal some bonus damage to Akali too. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Pretty much deals bonus damage to everyone, but very slight. I think Viego is the tankiest member here. With that Yaksho and the Black Cleaver and now also the Phage. Alright, let's see what the Caitlyn traps can do here. Caitlyn traps, very, very strong and late. This late, obviously Caitlyn is great at staying far away from the enemy team, but how far away can you stay from a Zoe and an Azir? It's going to be a little bit difficult. And this is where the Deft ultimate could come in handy, but unfortunately not available. And I don't know. I feel like Deft is ulting a little bit too freely. Like, I understand that sometimes it makes sense to ult freely, but beautiful heal actually, but kill will be picked up. Deft now is alone with all the people that can kill him easily, but Graves is still by his side, and Akali decides not to tango with the Graves. It's a good choice. Ooh, flash by the Graves, and Akali is going to flash out of the ultimate. So it's a flash traded, but Graves will be able to deal a little bit of damage to the turret here. Will not be able to take that down. If he decides to take that down, I think he might die with Zoe being available in 6 seconds. Yeah, he makes the same call. And now they are pinging onto the Baron. 18 seconds on Viego. So it is definitely possible. Would be better if someone like Zed would have taken the first hit, taken the damage reduction, but it is what it is. They're just going to start to work on this, and it's 50%. It's falling low, and yep, that is a Baron pick up by Zed actually. A little bit reckless. Questionable teleport by Azir, but Azir is on the map now, I suppose, so that works out. And the Caitlyn has picked up for herself, picked up a healing potion. Still no Bloodthirster. I think Bloodthirster would have been much better here, but yeah, I'm also not Deft, so I should maybe also just not talk. But, you know, it is what it is. By the way, if you liked the VOD so far, if you liked the gameplay and my casting, feel free to hit up my channel with a subscription and activate the bell if you want to not miss any of those future casts. We have a lot of Down 1 Kia casts coming up in the next couple of weeks, as obviously Down 1 Kia are the team right now to be looking at. Beautiful pickup by Deft, picks up the Akali. Surgically takes her out. Has to be very careful here. Needs to recall. Alright, so enemy team, someone has to defend. That is apparently going to be Zoe. Interesting. And then the Hextech Dragon is going to be picked up. Very interesting that Deft decided not to take it, but that means that the soul goes over to the red team. So now the blue team is ahead, but the red team just got soul, which is super impactful, very important. So again, right, there is a possibility again for an upset. And I know that a lot of casters do this where they're like, oh, this is still winnable, blah, blah, blah. I think this is definitely still winnable, because this is, you know, this is getting very, very close here. And I mean, obviously, pretty much everyone is full build now, as Akali has acquired the Rabadons as well. Yeah, pretty much everyone is full build here. And so the question is, how's this going to work out? Obviously, all that gold advantage here for the blue team, and that still doesn't have his items. Ooh, gotta be careful here. The Jhin will not find the Caitlyn with this false shot. That would have enabled, but now the Jhin is absolutely out of position, and this is going to be huge for Caitlyn. Yeah, and all the range comes in handy now. The late game Caitlyn. That is a kill taken on to the Akali as well. Azir went down earlier. And Jhin as well. We are probably going to be able to end here. So beautiful job. And yeah, that was just Jhin just being out of position. I mean, that was a very chaotic fight as well. Very skirmishy fight. And it did not work out for the blue team, for the red team. Could have been a really good one in concept, right? But didn't work out. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Remember to stay awesome.